What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Kyle with Studio Deep Dive, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. If you are new to the channel and this video inspires you to go out and play, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future content. But without any further delay, let's check out today's deep dive.
Mr. Wembley, it happened again!
The Simpsons. Today we are checking out the new Simpsons arcade machine released by Arcade1Up. This, of course, is not a brand new game by Arcade1Up, but rather a recreation or a reskinning of the arcade machine that was originally released by Konami in April of 1991. The Simpsons arcade game is a side-scrolling beat-em-up with up to 4 players that can join at any time during the gameplay. This was the first game based on The Simpsons to be released in North America. It ended up being in the top 3 best arcade games of 1991. It came in 3rd place. In 2nd place was the Neo Geo MVS machine, which stands for Multi-Video System, a card-based machine that could play multiple games. And in 1st place was Street Fighter II. No surprise there, that game is dope. There were a number of ports for this game, which include the Commodore 64 and MS-DOS port, both of which were created shortly after release. Also, in February of 2012, it was ported over to the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. It was removed without reason from the PlayStation Store in December of 2013, but for those of you who still have it, good on you. You have a slightly higher definition version than we do. The basic premise of this game is the Simpsons are out on the town and they collide with a Mr. Waylon Smithers, right-hand man to Mr. Burns, who just stole a large diamond from a jewelry shop for his boss. And the diamond, when collided upon with the Simpsons, flies into the air and falls into Maggie's mouth. She, in turn, starts sucking on it like a pacifier, and rather than just pull it from her mouth, Smithers decides the best thing to do is just kidnap the baby. Good call, Smithers. The family pursues him through town, fighting through mobsters and bad guys, a series of bosses before reaching Mr. Burns' mansion, in which they fight both Smithers and Mr. Burns to get their daughter back. In addition to the Simpsons arcade game, there is also the Simpsons Bowling game. Originally released in October of 2000, this was only brought out to arcade machines, probably due to the fact that it is entirely based around using a trackball. We don't have many of those on our controllers these days, or back then. There was never a port to any console thus far. The game featured 9 bowlers: Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, who, spoiler alert, was later revealed to be Kang in disguise, one of the 2 brother aliens that have been featured on multiple episodes of The Simpsons. Mr. Burns, Apu, Krusty, Groundskeeper Willie, and if you play your cards right, Abe the Grandpa Simpson. All are wearing Pin Pal outfits from the episode Team Homer, which aired in the 7th season of The Simpsons on January 7th, 1996. There have been no ports, as mentioned previously, and what would be considered to be contemporarily controversial pieces of the game, such as the character Apu, who is a very stereotypical representation, if not a farcical representation, of an Indian man, as well as one of the 4 special balls that you end up throwing if you get 3 strikes in a row, being Maggie, the literal baby that you bowl with, are both still in place. They have not been removed, hopefully for continuity's sake and historical sake, because both are integral parts of the show. So, what do I think of these games? Well, I'm going to be straight with y'all. The Simpsons arcade game is literally my favorite arcade game. I have played it since I was a little kid. There was one at Scooter's Hot Dogs in Knollwood, Illinois. There was another at the Lake Forest Rec Center, also in Illinois. And I grew up playing the game and completely fell in love with it. I am sure that I spent entirely too much money trying to make my way all the way to Mr. Burns' mansion to defeat him, which I had done successfully as a kid. It is a lot easier and a lot cheaper to do here because you can continually press the continue button and get basically unlimited lives. Now, that said, it has aged about as well as you would expect it to. If you are a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game or the Turtles Lost in Time game, you will know that while they are fantastic side-scrolling beat-em-ups, it's not to say that you can't tell exactly how old they are when you play. You know, the hitboxes are a little shady. The horizontal alignment of hitting a character based on where you stand vertically is pretty finicky, but there's nothing like this game. It was the founder of some fantastic Simpsons franchised games, including Bart's Nightmares, Simpsons Hit and Run, obviously Simpsons Bowling. I mean, there were so many games that came out of this cartoon, and so many of them that were great, and definitely some that were not great. But either way, I can't tell you how fun this game is to play. I know it's short. It takes nothing more than a half hour to beat the whole game if you really get after it, but it is still fabulous, and I will find myself playing it over and over. If nothing but to improve upon each character and really get the game down to a science where I can go through not only without a long series of continues, but maybe even without a continue period. That seems kind of difficult. It is very hard to play some of these bosses without getting wrecked, but I do my best. The Simpsons Bowling game actually was new to me. I had not played it until owning this cabinet. I had to do some research on it because I was unfamiliar, honestly. By the time it came out, I wasn't spending many days inside of the arcade, and so I kind of missed the boat on that one, and I'm so excited to have it in my collection now. The graphics, while better than the Simpsons arcade machine, certainly also show their age. Not a problem. If you are really concerned about the graphics of a bowling game, go bowling. It's equally as athletic a pursuit. Outside of that, the little nuances, the head nods to the game, the little quips they have between the competitors at the end of strikes, spares, gutter balls, game wins and losses are all just part of a very nostalgia tickling experience that I am so grateful to have. Arcade1Up really outdid themselves here. The cabinet looks fabulous. The lit up marquee, the joystick and buttons feel fabulous. The rollerball is great. This is one of the first cabinets to show up with the actual mimicked plastic formed coin slots that you would have on the front of the machine where you put the quarters in, where before they've been graphics or nothing. And also this one has a headphone jack, so you can play it as loud as you want without disturbing others. I can't recommend this enough, whether you are starting an arcade or you are looking to find worthy additions to a pre-existing arcade in your home. The Simpsons arcade machine is so fun. You will not regret it. While you are putting the arcade cabinet together, I can't recommend enough that you watch The Simpsons because it's just appropriate. And if you can find the combo where it comes with both the stool and the tin sign, you're doing it right. This has been Kyle with Studio Deep Dive. I thank you so very much for stopping by to check out my short review of the Simpsons arcade machine from Arcade1Up. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content and would like to see more like it. What is your favorite arcade machine or arcade game if there were multiple games on the same machine? Leave a comment below. I would love to have a discussion on some epic old arcade games and to be inspired by y'all when it comes to finding my next machine. So, hope everyone is having the loveliest of days and never stop playing.